Hello and welcome to Genevora's running commentary number 13. Today I'm going to talk to you about singers who have injuries or voice problems. I spend a lot of my working life helping singers who are recovering from voice problems. And one of the most important things I need to do is take a case history. So I ask them a lot of questions about what has led them up to this point. When did their voice last feel right? What was it that they think could have been contributing to the problem? It often seems to come after an illness, and it's easy to blame the illness for causing the problem, whereas the illness is just an ordinary illness, a viral infection, and the recovery should have taken them back to where they were beforehand, but it hasn't. So the system has got out of balance. And the system, as we know, is this hugely complex relationship of your entire body and how that affects your breath and your alignment and your voice, and of course your mind and your state of well-being, which will have a profound effect on the whole system. So as soon as one small thing is knocked out of balance, then the whole thing can become slightly threatened, slightly unstable. So we need to look into what actually contributed. And it's nearly always technical. Something in the way that they've been using their voice, maybe for years and years, and getting away with it, finally reaches the tipping point, which I talked about in one of my earlier running commentaries. And so I need to unravel a little bit about their technique and about how they're using their voice in order to find the pieces that need to be adjusted. The most important thing that I need to also get to grips with is what has caused that tip over. It's nearly always an increase in anxiety. Now, anxiety is part of our daily lives. We can't avoid things worrying us in our lives. We have families, we have friends, we have financial worries, we have people getting ill, people being born, all of these life events that can cause us anxiety. And we forget sometimes how deeply that can affect our voices. There is always an anxiety element. There's always something in the mix. When I ask a little bit deeper, what has been going on in your life? Is there anything else that has been worrying you? Something will come up. And understanding that this will affect our voice is very important. We must be kind to ourselves. We must understand that if we're worried about something, we won't be sleeping as well. If we're not sleeping as well, we won't be resting as well. Our whole body will be slightly tense. So our finely balanced system within the vocal tract and the larynx itself will be slightly held. And if it's slightly held, then it won't be releasing as it should, and the muscles will get tired, and the vocal folds will get overly bashed about. And we are not necessarily aware of any of that until it builds and builds and builds and becomes a problem. So understanding yourself, being kind to yourself, knowing when you need to take a bit of a rest, knowing when getting wound up is not helping your voice, and knowing who to go to for help. Maybe some mindfulness exercises, just taking some time out, will always help you regain your balance, find your inner strength, and get back on the job.